And I was like, I don't know if this is real, but for the science of like jumping into a book and sipping the Kool-Aid, I was like, I'm going to really believe this. So I was like, I'm going to remote view the lottery numbers. And I wrote down these numbers on my mirror, and I was like, yeah, those are the numbers from Lost. That's Hey everybody, welcome back to the fourth episode. The fourth episode of Intrusive Thoughts. The podcast has left the group chat and survived.
Yes, and it's made it to the fourth, which is not that I didn't think we wouldn't do it, but like there was a moment where I thought I would be the problem a little bit, but here we are. We made it.
You know, I thought Kathleen might be the problem. No, but we have pulled through and we've made this happen, and honestly, it's still fun and I'm still enjoying it.
I'm having a grand old time. Honestly, I love playing dress up right beforehand. That's the best part. The part y'all don't see is the doing our makeup and getting ready together.
Mm-hmm. And we pick out our outfits.
I think everybody needs to have that in their life. Men too.
Mm-hmm. And it's fun because we both wear wigs, and we both like makeup, and so we can often be like, oh, look at this and look at that. And so Kat's given me dresses and stuff to wear, and I've given her wigs, and we share all kinds of ideas. And oh my gosh, I just want to say on this fourth episode, thank you so much for being here, pretending this is a gift. But
it's a gift to both of us.
Oh
wow, it's a heart-shaped box full of pre-rolled joints for the people who are listening, just so you know.
Here, listen to it. There's I think about 30 of those bad boys in there.
That's beautiful.
Because you know what? We don't have, and we're out of isopropyl alcohol. So that means we're not cleaning any glass today. We didn't introduce ourselves. What's your name?
I
guess y'all know who we are already.
We're Sam and Kat.
And we don't have a lighter. Every time
that's the podcast. Bye. It's beautiful. What were we saying before that? Oh, I have a joke for you. Oh, hey, you don't have a lighter? You can just light it on me. 'Cause I'm so hot. All right. Anyways. Thank you. It's not funny when you have to tell people it's a joke.
You didn't have to tell me a joke. I got it.
No, but I made it unfunny by talking about how much of a joke it was.
You want this?
I do.
Sorry, I kept on trying to hand it to you. God damn. Is this the first time? By the way, if you wondered why we're dressed so elegantly, a picture of class, it's because we unknowingly became friends and then realized we have the same jacket from a very high-end establishment.
I think either you had it and I was like, I have that, or that's what it was. You had it and I was like, I have that, and then I came with it another day, and then here we are.
I almost wonder if we both wore it on the same day to something, and I was like, I don't know. But these are pre-ban Walmart exclusives.
I know. Walmart for a minute was getting crazy. Actually, they may still be, but I don't think so. I've heard that they've gone on a downfall. Yeah. But they got they stepped up their wardrobe game for a second. Let me not go on a tangent.
I really haven't been at the stores since we were told not to go to the stores. I've been trying to chill out. I know. I mean, I'm not any kind of saint. I was also broke for a minute.
True.
And I was on the Amazon. So Bezos still has me by the nuts, but I try to chill out. And on the day that we did the economic blackout, I didn't have no money in my account, and I thought, solidarity, bitch. I'm standing with y'all motherfuckers. I'm here. So not that I could, but I'm not gonna, because I wouldn't, but I didn't, and that's what matters.
No, the economic blackout fell on a week that I don't get paid, and we all know that in between week, if you do bi-weekly, is always the roughest.
Yes.
So I participated in the economic blackout as well against.
You know what? Economic blackouts, those things are stressful, which is why we just want to shout out thanks to Vault Health, who's been helping me stay calm. I started testing these products, adding them into my life, and I take the one, I believe it's called Surge, and I take it in the morning, but I also use it if I'm just feeling anxious. One thing I would suggest for a product like this is if you are someone who struggles with anxiety when you partake in flour or something like that, because this could be a quick onset addition that focuses on those CBG, CBN, cannabinoid receptors, and helps you maybe calm down that overhigh. I don't know. I think it'd be a cool addition to your life if you're interested in something like that. Really high quality tincture. I'll put the info down below.
And that's what we call a segue, folks.
And we're doing a giveaway of this, all 4 bottles, which is like $150 worth of stuff.
We're giving stuff away. Episode 4, we're giving shit away.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking exciting. Honestly.
There'll be instructions on the screen on how to enter the giveaway or down below. So check it out. Join. Be a part. Maybe you'll be a winner. There'll be more giveaways. Trust me.
I love giving shit away, so I want to do that all the time.
Yeah, and today's topic, what are we? I feel like you're the person to introduce today's topic because it's so integral to your life.
So I'm just going to say it. Travel. What a broad topic. What does that even mean? What does travel mean to me? What does any of that really? I just thought that this would be a great thing to talk about because travel can be so complex. And I have traveled a lot in the past, like 10 years, pretty constantly, solo traveled quite a bit. And I just think that there's a lot that I've learned about the world. I think it made me a better person. I think it also made me realize that the world is crazy and also made me realize that, you know, being self-sufficient. So anyways, there's just travel I think is amazing and everybody should do it. But there's also it's so complex. There's so much stuff out there about travel that I think, especially traveling as a woman, traveling as a person of color, traveling as a person plus size or any sort of just like there's travel can be so intimidating, and I just would love
the sound
to
waves
be able
right there.
It just can be so intimidating, and I feel like I don't know. And also you can be poor in travel. I'm just going to say that right now. Like, let's go ahead and start off with that.
No, I love it. And we're speaking of physical travel, not astral travel.
Oh, yeah. That can be another topic where we can talk about traveling to different planes.
Remote viewing.
Dimensional
One
traveling.
time I read a book about, look, this is going to be a really quick side story, but one time I read, when I left religion, I found myself searching a lot. And I was like, why not? And I committed myself so deeply to Christianity that I feel that maybe, I feel like I believe that stuff and I made things happen in my life just out of raw beliefs. I was like, what else could I believe? So I read this like book on remote viewing that I found called like Ultramind anyway. And I was like, I don't know if this is real, but for the science of like jumping into a book and sipping the Kool-Aid, I was like, I'm going to really believe this. So I was like, I'm going to remote view the lottery numbers. And I wrote down these numbers on my mirror and I was like, yeah, those are the numbers from Lost. That's
I was just talking about Lost not that long ago. That's so funny. That is hilarious.
Not to say it doesn't exist. I don't know, but I'm just the CIA invested in it apparently.
CIA does a lot of things, especially like making you. Are you okay?
Yeah, I thought I got an ember on.
Oh no. We're gonna have that clip that freak out. I'm just kidding. No. Thank you.
This is what Prot does to you. That's what I got a comment of. Someone commented on me and said, this is what Prot does.
Prot. Damn, I coughed right into the mic for that one.
No, but for real, travel is crazy fun, and I have not done as much of it as I'd like to. I've done a lot of United States and Texas travel, which there's a lot to see. There's a lot of shit here to see, but I definitely want to travel worldwide more. Do you think
the mic picked up my burp just now that I silently did into it?
Hopefully.
Sorry.
You want us to cut that?
No, it's okay.
Continue. Leave it in. What did they say? They said they have to cut it. They said they have to cut it.
They have to cut it? Yeah. Oh, damn.
They have to cut it. They said it's gross. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. What's his name? Caleb?
Oh, yeah, Caleb.
We might have we have someone who wants to be our intern. I don't know if we should talk about it, but I think it's kind of funny.
Anyways, back to the topic.
Oh, about travel. I will say that, man, I used to get so stressed about plus size travel because I'm 5'8". I weigh some amount of pounds, and I'm a very like large bodied person. Yeah, when I was like the smallest I was, and I'm not going to put pictures. It doesn't matter. You know what? I'm talking about size too much. It doesn't matter, but I used to be stressed because I was so scared. What if I don't fit in the seat? Or what if I'm uncomfortable in the seat? Or what if I'm next to another person who's wide or whatever? And Southwest, which I don't know if I know they might be getting rid of their bags fly free, but they have a customer of size policy where you get a chair free next to you. And I remember when I discovered that,
real?
I was like, oh my gosh, I can fly comfortably and so can other people. Yeah.
Wow, I did
It's
not know
amazing.
that.
When you go to check your bags, you can call and ask for it and you can pay for it and then they'll refund you. Or you can just do it at checked bags and they'll give you a literal ticket to put next to you. That's like nobody can sit next to you. Nobody can sit there.
You
And I'm
know,
like, that helps everybody.
but you want to know something fucked up that I read about?
Hmm.
That like the seatbelts recently got changed to be a little longer because like back in the day they were specifically really short and like everybody. So the first time I ever flew on a flight, I was 12 years old and I was, I've always been kind of a thicker girl even since I was a kid, and I had to get a seatbelt extender as a 12-year-old on American Airlines. And that like messed with my body image as a kid because I was just like, and then turns out they were gaslighting us and had these like extremely short seatbelts that they had to end up extending later. And it was like, I don't know, that's just something that you made me think about just now. I'm like, that was
No.
messed up.
And literally now, because like I used to have so much anxiety about being a fat person and traveling. And now I literally walk on the plane and as I'm entering, I go, hey, could I grab an extender? And either they hand it to me there or they'll bring it back to me. So I don't have to like wave my hand in the middle of the road. But I'll do that because
Yeah.
it's like I'm not trying to, I don't try to be rude. I realize I take up space on the plane. I try to be as understanding and and I'm already uncomfortable. I'm already trying to make myself smaller. Jesus. But now I feel like I'm better advocating for myself and
Yeah.
getting the things that I
And
need.
everybody should be allowed, everybody should be allowed to travel. So
What do you think is your favorite place that you've traveled out of the country?
this is really
How many
tough.
countries have you traveled to?
14, which to me, because I've met so many big travelers while traveling, like staying in hostels and meeting all these people who have like gone to 40, 50, 60 countries, I feel like I always say like that's not a lot, but then I'll have people tell me like that's a lot. So to me, I'm like, it's not a lot. But also, once you're in Europe, once you get over there,
There's so many little countries.
they're so little country. It's so cheap to take a train or fly around that
And
you
we're from
can.
Texas. That's why we're saying little countries. We're not
Yeah.
saying them as little as unimportant. We're saying we live in
Right.
Texas and our state is fucking
Like
huge.
road trip. I grew up going on road trips, so like to me, being on a plane pretty often wasn't like gonna bug me to go to see another country or to go on a train for a couple of hours. So like that's why I accumulated a lot of countries really quickly. But for as far as favorite goes, that's really hard to say because my favorites are like for sentimental reasons, not because they were like
okay.
beautiful necessarily. Not okay. So it's like Germany in general. Like a lot of people give Germany a bad rap, but like the people were so nice to me, and I went at a time where I was really naive. Like really, I had never left the country before, and I went and worked as an au pair, which is a nanny. And anyways, my host family let me take like a trip to Berlin, and I took a trip to Cologne. They're all towns in Germany, if you don't know. And it was just, I don't know. I just had like such a good time, and it changed me. Like it altered my brain chemistry as a human being. Like it just made me, I don't know. I like just, there was a few times where I was in some tough pickles where I was like kind of stranded or like whatever, and I didn't know the language. I was in another country, and I figured it the fuck out. And it made me realize like I was kind of a baby, like I was a little bit of a baby before that.
Yeah.
Like I'd gone through some shit, but like I still was kind of like, don't hurt me. I don't want to feel. I was a careful kid,
Absolutely.
So yeah, I recommend everybody take a trip by yourself somewhere crazy once, like not too crazy. Like research. Research is important.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Have I gone by myself on any trips? Yes. Well, I've taken just me and my daughter to visit a friend. I know I feel like I have gone on by myself, but like mainly
You haven't, you need to.
I think I need to do that one day.
It is so nice. Like I can't, as somebody who loves to talk, a serial talker, there is something about spending a day where you don't say one word.
But see, I wonder if I don't want to do that because I literally spend all my life alone.
Maybe that's why. I guess it's just like different too. But also when you go, you can meet other people in like
That's
a hostel. And I'm like, there's some people who watch this podcast. Thank you. Love you, Brittany. Who I met just by like sitting. I was working in a hostel community area where there was tables, and she was just eating a snack. And she overheard a conversation I had on the phone with my job, and she just walked over and gave me some advice. And now she's like traveling in a van across Mexico. with her boyfriend and like just having the time of their
Damn.
life. And she's
That's amazing.
she's been to like a bunch of countries, and I don't know. It's just you meet so many interesting people too.
Yeah. Oh, well, of course. I mean, so the places I've traveled, I probably can name. I've traveled to El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, obviously, Bosnia.
Bosnia.
Yeah.
Wow.
On mission.
Wow.
I went to go pray and lead worship in Sarajevo when I was in the church. Oh, yeah, I went to Bosnia, which honestly, that Bosnia trip was like one of the most beautiful, most amazing things that I've ever
Sounds
seen.
really cool.
Yeah, Bosnia looks like it's a ski town in the. It reminds me of Colorado a little bit. I mean, other than the war-torn cities, but beautiful people, wonderful, very sarcastic. And the moment I showed up, one of my favorite people on the planet. I don't know if he would still like me now because he's like a pastor in Bosnia. I don't know how they feel about us types. Yeah. Anyway, but he was like, "Sister, I see that you come to visit us. I have built this new swing set, and I would like you to sit on to test durability." And I was like, "You son of a bitch!" He just called me fat, and I said, "Hey, screw you!" And he goes, "I can tell you are a person who laughs at self." Is that offensive to the Bosnian people to do their accent?
I'm sure in some way.
I hope it's offensive just to him.
I honestly think he would laugh.
I think he would laugh. He did laugh.
Yes.
I used to tell him a joke. I was like, "You want to know how a Bosnian dog sounds? Woof." Bosnian snake, hiss.
Did he laugh?
Yes, he laughed at this joke. He thought it was very funny.
Yes.
Anyway, also no spices over there. I traveled there with a Mexican lady named Liz, and she brought an entire suitcase of spices so that we could cook enchiladas one night, and they thought their mouths were on fire.
Oh my gosh.
But we got it good, man. It was good for me to see that stuff. And then, so I think I obviously want to travel more, but I've traveled the United States a lot.
See, I'm the opposite. I've not traveled as much in the U.S.
We should be talking with our nails more.
I have not traveled as much in the U.S.
Where have you gone in the U.S.?
I have been to Florida.
Would you like another pre-roll?
I would. I was gonna do. Should we just do a count?
We should have our own.
That's a good idea. Anyways, I've been to Florida. I've been to New York. I've been to Florida. I've been to New York. I've been to Mississippi. I've driven through other states. I've been to Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to California.
Have you been to Colorado?
I've been to Nevada. I have never been to Colorado.
I gotta take your bitch ass to Colorado.
I've never been to Colorado. Ever.
Does anyone from Arizona asking for a friend for us? I've traveled a lot in the United States. I've done a lot. I did the 101. I traveled from the base of California and San Diego all the way up to Oregon. Yeah. In a 10-day trek, which was...
That sounds nice, actually.
It was actually really beautiful. It was a little stressful because, if I would rather it be 2 weeks and spend longer times, but I love the Pacific Northwest. I love the redwoods. I just love the fucking redwood trees. I love it. I want to be there. I want to live there. I want to
see
touch
the redwood trees. Oh, I've been to Nevada. Did I say Nevada?
You said Nevada.
Damn it.
Dude, I went to Vegas for one night. Holy shit, that city was nice to me. What's the most danger you ever been out of the country?
Oh, man. That could get dark. Are you sure? Because I've
had...
So, long story short, I actually recently told this story, too. Because I just did a 2-week trip in Europe. And I did it with a friend, and I was telling her, she asked me, my scariest thing on this website called couch surfing. And it's how I afforded to travel in 2014 because I was making $350 a month. But flights and stuff were really cheap. And so it was a combination. And couch surfing, you could stay in people's houses for free. And they all have references. And this guy had 5 references all from women. So I felt good about it. But what I should have done was search those references because 3 of them were people who had never stayed with him. They were just friends of his through the internet. And then 2 were like pages that just came off kind of like fake.
Sketch. Oh my God.
Anyways, so I stayed at his house, and he made me paella. And I was like, wow, this man is just really nice. Like, this is lovely. And actually, I had other couch surfing experiences that were like fucking amazing. Just like so good. Anyways, long story short, he had a flask with him, and we went out that night to meet up with some other au pairs in Frankfurt. And he just got really fucking drunk and like tried to like corner me in a tunnel, and like we had this whole situation was fucked too, because like I left all of my shit at his house, and at the time, this is 2014, y'all, so it's not like I cared that much about carrying my cell phone. And I don't know, I trusted him, and like I'd had good experiences on couch surfing, and like I told you I was naive at the time too. Like I did learn, and luckily nothing happened because I used my amazing womanly skills of tricking him into taking me back to his house, and then I hid in his bathroom for 4 hours till he passed out drunk. And then I escaped immediately as he was passed out drunk.
Why is it a fucking universal female experience of literally hiding from a drunk man? Because he can't remember what consent is in his drunken state, supposedly.
Yeah, he literally like pulled. Never mind. It was just gross. Like it was just
Disgusting.
gross. I'm not trying to traumatize anybody or whatever.
Well, this is a podcast of a bunch of women, so this is real fucking life. And you know what? That's not even travel. That's just being woman.
Yeah, I mean, really, because it just happened. It just happened to happen while I was traveling, but it really could happen in any type of situation.
I want to stop shaking on the podcast. I be shaking, and it's not because I'm nervous. It's because I have ADHD.
It's just like a fun thing. I get it. I actually caught myself shaking.
Let me stop. I'm going to be stoic.
The weed probably isn't helping.
I remember this lady when I used to lead worship would sit in the front row, and she would look at me, and she'd do this.
Do you need me to do that? Will that help?
No, I don't like it. She was telling me to smile, and I was like, I'm literally being pensive for Christ. And I would be like this.
If anything, smiling is more disrespectful.
I was like, so you want me to be like this? Mama, Daddy said no, but I'm misbehaving.
I don't know the words.
I don't know it either.
But I like it.
I like it too. You know the righteous gemstones?
You know what? That show, I haven't finished it, but yes, I do know it.
Okay, what they will say before we get off too far off the topic of travel is that Texas is very beautiful. There's so many beautiful places. Like the hill country in Texas, I went and stayed in a yurt.
Oh my God, the photos, I'm so jealous.
It was so beautiful. A beautiful yurt. It was such a nice romantic time. It was fantastic. I've stayed in like, I don't know. I've even like camping. Oh, I'm just fucking shaking again. Oh,
you can't help it.
I can't help it.
Maybe you need a sticky note.
I need like a fidget in my hand.
Yeah, you need a fidget spinner. Oh my God, bring back fidget spinners.
Bring them back.
Okay, well.
I'm just saying Texas is beautiful, and I think you should travel here, and I think there's pretty places.
You know, I went to New Braunfels, and I floated the river and stayed in this like beautiful little river house.
You know, the river is my favorite river.
I had so much, and it's funny. It was the first time I ever floated. I was terrified because I can't swim, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna drown!" But everybody, because I expressed my fears so much, everybody was looking out for me. It was amazing. So it's good to go with a good group of people.
So my nickname in a group of friends I have is the River MILF because I take care of people in the river. I am a very proficient swimmer, and
I love that.
God, she made me buoyant AF.
My last river trip, I had a panic attack.
You wear a life vest?
No, I was just chilling, but it just was crazy. Like the person that I was with misguided me on which part of the river gets bad, so they just like put me in a weird position, and I ended up like almost falling in, and I just
if you're not a proficient swimmer, you should wear a life vest, y'all. Don't do what we do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it next time, but I had a good time.
Also,
the first time,
though,
it was fine.
I can teach you to swim.
I have a literal phobia of swimming. Like I need to conquer it, sure, but I don't know when I will. And it's been since I was like 13 years old. Like I am terrified of swimming. I love floating in a pool. I love a hot tub more than anything in the world. But yeah, I can't swim, and I'm sad about it.
My mom used to go to a lot of ragers at houses with pools.
I love that.
And then my dad would take me to New Braunfels, so I grew up on the river. And I also think I am an athlete. I love to do things that are hard to do, and I love to play, and I love to do things, but I'm not a runner, and I'm not fast, and also too, like, I don't know, water is just so safe. I like that I can literally go down a river and there's like boulders and the river like pushes me around it for the most part. I don't know. I love whitewater rafting.
Yeah.
Like I've been whitewater rafting 4 times in Colorado Springs.
Sounds scary.
It is. And it's like I took my sister.
I would wear a life vest for sure.
You have to wear a helmet.
Oh,
You're in a full ass. I wear a life vest, a helmet, a full wetsuit, boots, and a jacket, like a waterproof
I'd
get
wear
up.
ankle floaties.
I look like an idiot. And
I don't think so.
but I took my sister, and when we go up, which Echo in Colorado Springs, Bighorn, amazing rafting trip, so worth it. And we get on the thing, and I signed her up. She doesn't know any information. They're like, "Hey, everybody, you signed up for the advanced whitewater rafting. Today we're going to be seeing some class 4, class 5 waves." And she looked at me. She was like, "Advanced?" I was like, "Yeah, you're fine." And she was like, "I can't do this." My sister at the time was 20 years old, dancer, not dancer, cheer.
Oh, like
drill.
What is it? Drill.
Yeah.
Drill team.
So I'm like, "Bitch, my fat ass gonna stay in this boat. You're gonna be just fine." And she literally I took my friend Adam on the same exact trip, and he was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Listen," and both of them just grins side to side, just grinning, because it is the most wild, exciting. You don't actually swim at all. Like, it's because if you fall out, they immediately get you back in as fast as possible. That's the main rule.
Like someone comes to get you.
The whole group, you have a special life vest on, so everybody leans over and they go 1, 2, 3. They push you down and they pop you up and pull you, and everyone grabs your life vests and pulls you up.
Love that. I could do that.
They pulled me up in there because we literally stepped in the water. The guy was like, "I haven't had a single person fall out of my boats this season. We ain't gonna have a single person fall out." And I stepped onto the riverbank and my ass fell before I even touched the boat. He goes, "That doesn't count." He's like, "That's not on my record. I have my own joint, my friend."
Oh,
my friend. But listen,
the weed is real.
You should do it one day. It's crazy. It's fun.
It actually sounds fun, and I am like a thrill seeker, but it's the water part.
Well, you do not do anything until you're ready. But if you ever need a swim teacher, I'm a very, very strong, proficient swimmer.
We'll see. I've had many people offer. For some reason, people think it's crazy that I can't swim.
I don't think it's crazy. I do think that it is risky because water exists on the planet. That's the only thing.
Well, you know what? It's like they say, it's my time. It's my time.
I'm not pushing you.
No, I know.
Same reason I think people should learn stick shift. You're in a situation where you need to switch. Does that exist anymore? We got stick shift cars now that there's Tesla. Now with the Teslers and the push to starts. Anyone drive? Why do I feel like in this code? I'm like, anyone drive a stick shift anymore?
My car's
I don't know.
Does anybody drive a stick shift? I love that.
I have my mom's Cadillac. My mom gave me a Cadillac. You know I had a Tesla and I totaled it.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Actually, I did know that.
I bought a Tesla with YouTube money. No lie.
Hey, you know what? We all do crazy things.
True story. Bought a Tesla for $41,000 in March. It was a Model Y. Look it up. Those are very, very expensive now. And I bought it because I was looking at a 4Runner that I had money for the first time in my life. I'd never bought a car. And then I was driving it then. I would have never paid $60,000 for that car. Just at the time, it already felt like, oh my God, $40,000. But I had been paying attention to it. Totaled it in October. I had been watching it. It went up to $64,000 in cost. So when I totaled it, I made $20,000.
Wow. That's nice.
And I was like, oh, who made a fucking good ass investment? And then I ditched out because I drive a Cadillac that my mom gave me. Thank you, mother. She thought she was going to get it back in a few months. It has been 4 years.
4 years.
It's been 4 years. She happened to have 2 matching Cadillacs and thought, this is so opulent. Why is this happening? And then she goes, well, she was going to get rid of it to have less car notes. But then I fucked it up.
Yeah. Well.
I'm talking a lot on the podcast today.
No, I was talking a lot earlier. This is our podcast. We can talk as much as we want. Whomever. This can be an extended podcast episode. Who knows?
Also, I just want to say, because we celebrate bad bitches, and this is a proud Houston feminist podcast, which we felt like we struggled with deciding if we were going to say like, oh, we're a feminist podcast.
Yeah.
But the more that we talk, we cannot not be who we are.
Yeah, it's just impossible to try to censor it. So, yes, I guess we're a feminist podcast.
And if you don't fuck with that, find me at the club. It's going down. Find me at the mall.
If you don't fuck with that, I would love to talk about it.
Actually, I don't want to violence anyone. I've just talked shit a lot.
But also, we also find me in the streets. Find me at your local supermarket. Find me at a fiesta.
Find me at your daddy's house, pegging that man in the back of the bus.
That song honestly pumps me up every time.
It really does. It does something for feminism. Oh, but the whole thing I was about to say was about. No, we weren't talking about travel. I said this is a Houston podcast. We're a feminist podcast, and want to shout out that there's a bad bitch in your family that did a cool thing.
Oh yeah, my sister opened a bar, and it's called Casa Verde, 3105 Main Street, Suite B, Houston, Texas 77002, and it is just kind of crazy because we do not come from money. We grew up very poor. We are daughters of immigrants. We grew up in a 1 to 2 bedroom apartment. We jumped from whatever. Like, it was just it's very cool to see my sister, who is one of the most driven human beings I've ever met in my life. She's opened a boutique. She has a clothing line. She has all this other stuff she's just done a lot of things over the years. And also she does a lot of her own content, and I do help her with like marketing and social, but she's very she's on TikTok getting posts going viral. Like, it's
What's
very
your sister's name
admirable.
again?
Her name is Tally.
Congratulations, Tally. Cheers to your endeavors. We toast to you, a thotty with great thoughts and better choices.
And you make great choices.
Everybody go buy a section at Casa Verde.
Yes, and go hang out there. It's beautiful. If you love Latin music or any type of stuff, she's gonna have theme nights, and she's gonna have Sunday brunch. It's gonna be really fun. So
absolutely,
y'all should check it out.
That's so exciting. I'm just
so happy for her.
That. And also, it's just fun to see your involvement because you're helping with the marketing and what it could be. And it's just, I don't know. I just like hearing about it, and I can't wait to come visit one day. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and do one of these. I'm gonna hold a little drinky poo.
It's very club-like. It's late at night too, so if you're missing the Latin club scene, it's definitely that kind of thing. But anyways,
I think I'm missing the Latin club scene. Cool. Anyway, sorry. But we have mail from a friend who wants advice.
Is this segment called Thoughts and Prayers?
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. I think I freaking screen recorded.
I like the song. That was a good song.
Thoughts and prayers.
Makes me want to pray.
You can pray.
Dear woman, Jesus. Jesus was a woman. I'm going to be controversial today.
Okay.
Let me stop. Rewind. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Damn, I used to know all my prayers. I'm really failing. When we do our religion episode, which will come one day, I feel like we could have a Bible competition.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't done those since I was a kid, so I'm gonna fuck up. So I'm like
Bible competition. Yes. We have to do Bible trivia. Okay, listen.
Okay. I have been unemployed for a month. I'm a bit of I would say, not antisocial, but I don't really like leaving the house, and work is definitely something that I need to start looking for. So if you could help me acquire a more positive outlook on this whole situation, that would be amazing.
Oh my goodness. First of all, I love your shirt.
Right?
It's
a shirt.
Yeah. Do you want to respond first?
Sure. I was thinking about it because I'm someone who would be, I think, is perceived socially as someone who goes out a lot or who's out a lot doing things. And it's mostly because I'm forced to be honest. Or like it's like work related or adjacent, or I want to be supportive, or I have to be out, or like blah, blah, blah. And I know I'm not an expert, disclaimer. I think that for me, it's just a point of perspective. for me, it's like changing the way I think about it and like kind of doing some like cognitive behavioral therapy with myself and just repeating stuff because I hate leaving the house nowadays. And I think that that's like a symptom of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I just hate leaving home a lot now. And I have to kind of force myself in a way. And I hate to say that because I feel like there's a better way to say it. But it really is like a just do it, like see what happens, you know, turn around if you gotta or like whatever. And then I just kind of do it. And then it gets a little easier the more you do it, you know, like anything that you have to do. So that would be my personal, and I know I feel like I could give better advice than that, but that's just literally what I'm doing. I need to find actually probably a better solution, but that's how I manage it personally. And honestly, the job scene is hard out there because there's all these jobs listed and they like don't respond.
Nobody responds.
So
I haven't seen.
I think it's all about finding connections, like going. I think am I gonna say this like, it sucks because you're like saying you have a hard time leaving, but like going to events or like networking, because I think the new trend now is like hiring friends or hiring people you know or like working with each other somehow. Like I've just noticed that a lot.
Yeah, if you don't like know someone, but also too, whatever you end up having to do, you have to have like recharge. And recharge doesn't mean just like sleeping. It could be like hyperfixating on a video game. It could be not being social other times. And like you have to like also be like give yourself credit and go eat and don't give yourself a hard time when it's difficult. Just think about what could make it easier, if that makes sense. We spend so much time judging ourselves that actually steals some of that energy that we need to live and figure things out. And if I'm the type of person that if I can do what I like, I have 10 times the energy. So I work from home, and we both are in this situation. We have built basically like consulting freelance gigs, working from home-ish. And it's like we probably do a lot extra at those things and have a lot more capacity because we have freedom to live how we want to live. We're not like 100%. Stuck to an office 9 to 5. So if you're the type 100%. Of person who's like, man, if I can be left alone, I can be an analyst and look at documents all day long at home. I know that there's work and tech and opportunity to do things like that. I know that there's like jobs that are more geared towards that. So remote work does exist, but whenever you have to hustle, I just want you to know, don't think it shouldn't come natural. Don't give yourself a hard time if it's hard, and you're not doing it because of shame. You're doing it because you deserve a good life, and we're in a world that is really unkind to people without any money, and so it's just to protect yourself. And then some people are so disabled that they can't even do that, and then it's like just doing the best you can with finding services and getting help. I'm like, I don't know. We can't fix the economy. We can just say that you're probably doing a great job, and it's okay if it's hard, you guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard. It's hard. It is fucking hard.
Yeah.
And you know, so I hope that you also cut yourself some slack because it's fucking hard.
It is. And if you want to send us a video of advice, send us anything, anytime. Let us know. We're here for you. We're your intrusive thoughts. And honestly, I've been very, very pleased with y'all's like response. Some of these little things like take a while to, I mean, when I say take off, I mean gain momentum and have anyone listening. So the fact that we're having a couple of y'all just share how you feel about the podcast, don't think that we think that's a small thing. It's very, very amazing and sweet to us.
Anytime anyone has brought that up to me, that they've watched it or listened, I'm instantly like, whoa, okay. Like, it's just surreal to me that anybody would. I know. And I know it's not that I don't believe that we don't have anything worth talking about or whatever. It's just still very honoring because time is so precious.
Time is very precious.
And like time is also hard to come across sometimes, and sometimes you never really have time. So the fact that you would even take the time out of a crazy life and a crazy day, just listen to two bitches talk shit and smoke weed and be dumb and cute and adorable and amazing, then, you know, that's, I don't know, that's just like
that just touches me real deep in my heart, Dick.
Oh my word. I'm sorry. That was supposed to be okay, no, it was. That was genuine.
The funny thing is genuine. That's something that Kat would also say.
I don't have a heart dick.
Or like what did you say earlier that was really childish and inappropriate?
What did I say? I don't know. You can't ask me to recall things.
Wait.
What?
One time when I was in ministry, we used to do rec ministry where we went and did sports with these. Anyway, so I traveled the country with these dudes. And one time, one of the guys' name was Keith, and me and this guy Brad we were all we revved up the whole team to say, hey, we're gonna play a joke on Keith. We're gonna call him Queef instead of Keith all day long, and we're gonna pretend like we don't know it. Well, he walks in, and he's in such a bad mood. He's pissed. And Brad goes, what's up, Queef? And then we all just bail and go, oh, hey, Keith, how's it going? Are you okay? And he looks at Brad like, what the fuck? And he goes, yeah, guys, I'm fine. And then he like storms off, and Brad looks at us like, you fucking ass.
I love a good reverse prank.
It wasn't even a reverse prank. It was just me being scared. Because he was in a bad mood.
Unintentional reverse prank.
Dude, these sexually repressed young youth minister dudes had some scary, dark, spooky looks in their eyes. Sometimes you don't know when one of them was just gonna.
I'm not even gonna go there right now.
If you're out there, Queef, this one's for you. That one's for you, Brad.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Keith, I'm sorry.
And with that, that's the Intrusive Thoughts podcast. These are our social handles.
Thank you so much for taking if you got this far, you're awesome.
Whenever I wake up, I put on my morning makeup. I say a little prayer for you. I'm sorry. I think this slaps.
What is it?
That's all it is.
What? This weed is so good.
I say a little prayer for you. Forever and ever, you'll be in my heart and forever. Oh my God!
Okay,
Thank
you so much. Have a fun time. Have a good day. Take care. Good day. Goodbye.
The moment I wake